Hello, welcome back to a new episode of the podcast. If you're new, my name is Insaaf Daniels. Welcome to the Your Next Level podcast. It is so nice to have you here. If you don't know, we are on video. You can connect with me where you can see me, see my expression and my passion for the things that I'm talking about. If that is something that you're interested in, I'm going to leave the link below I'm going to leave the link to the video down below in the show notes. Or you can just search Your Next Level Podcast or Insaaf Daniels on YouTube and you'll find all the videos there. It is just so much fun that we are recording videos now. 2023, definitely a year of up leveling. I said that my word for the year is explode. Whatever you thought I was going to do, I'm going to do it so much bigger and better. So I'd really love to know what your word of the year is. So please comment down below or send me a DM. Do both. All right. So in today's episode, we are going to chat about how to get the most out of your day, how to feel the most fulfilled, how to feel the most productive, and how to stop procrastinating as well. So the tips I'm going to share with you is really going to help with all of it, or at least one of it. And it's going to help you avoid procrastination because we know procrastination is the cause of the life that you could have lived. And no one wants to think about the things that we could have or should have done. So I am a director. I am the head of human capital. I have a podcast. I have a business. I have animals. I have like a family. So I really have to make sure that I get the most out of my day. And I'm not saying that I'm the busiest person. I'm sure Beyonce is much busier than me, and I'm sure you might be as well. But today, I really want to share with you some of the habits that have helped me, and hopefully that it can help you maximize your productivity as well. So, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. So, one of the first habits that I had incorporated in my life to get the most out of my day is ensuring that I have a really good morning routine. So, are you waking up and the first thing on your mind is like getting ready for work or responding to that client? Or are you waking up and you actually making time for yourself? So, whether you are a morning person or not, it is really important to have a bit of time for yourself in the morning. Even 10 minutes can make such a big difference. And Tony Robbins says, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life. So if you were the person that was like, I don't have 10 minutes, like you are wrong, find 10 minutes. In order to like have a better life, you got to find 10 minutes. So I make sure that I meditate for 10 minutes every single morning without fail. I would rather be late for work or for a meeting or whatever it is, but I need to make sure that I have meditated for 10 minutes. That is my priming for the day. You have to prime yourself mentally, especially mentally. Physically, it's a bonus if you can do that. But you have to prime yourself mentally because when you are waking up, it's not on someone else's expectation. It's because you're going to do something for yourself. So it's very important that you set that time aside for yourself in the morning. Try to, if you can't commit to waking up an hour earlier, try 30 minutes. If not, try 15 minutes. At least you can do that to spend some time with yourself. My boyfriend, he like plays hype music every single morning while he gets done for work, no matter like how many hours he had sleep for. He makes sure that he plays like this hype music and that like it gets him into the groove for the day. I used to have like when it is more like summertime, then I have a longer morning routine. I'd wake up, I'd do all my shower and all of those things, and then I'd meditate, I'd journal, I'd light a candle, I'd maybe even do like part of a course in the morning. I'd join like meditation groups. I'd wake up at like 5:30 a.m. and do all of these things, which is amazing. And that I would ideally say if you can do that, do that. However, because it is a busier time, I try to make sure that I wake up like at least 30 minutes than what I would have typically to make sure that I can have a bit of like a slow-ish morning routine. I don't like to rush in the mornings. I don't know how I managed like when I was going to university when everything was a rush. So try to wake up at least like 30 minutes before your normal time that you would have woken up, just to spend some time with yourself, even if you are just sitting there and doing nothing. But what you can do is make a list of some of the things that you would like to do, whether it's writing, whether it's journaling, whether it's even like watching something that, could contribute to the productivity and the motivation for your day. The next thing that really helps to incorporate in your day to release like really good hormones, and in this way, you're going to be more happy and more productive. You guessed it, it is exercise. So, to some of you, exercise might seem like a chore. However, you can select an exercise that you can do every single day that is easy. So whether it is going for a walk for like 15 to 30 minutes, whether it is running on the spot for 5 minutes, whether it's jumping up and down for 5 minutes, if this is something that you struggle with, try 5 minutes. Set your timer to 5 minutes and see if you can increase it like every single day until you get to a time that you are comfortable with. Or you could try something different every single day until you get to something that you are comfortable with. So maybe it is dance, maybe it's actually going to walk on the treadmill, maybe it's going to walk outside. Or like I said, maybe it's just running on the spot for 5 minutes. Having that bit of exercise and movement in your body really, like I said, releases the good hormones. If you can do it like early in the morning, that would be even better. But if you can't, like try to, if you can't incorporate it like during the day or even at the end of the day, like I said, at least 5 minutes of like moving your body. You can even just like shake your body out for 5 minutes, do a dance, like put on some music and like shake your body and stuff. Shifting that energy for the beginning of the day or like in the middle of the day can really also help you just like get out of the normal of what is happening in that day, especially if you are feeling a bit like sluggish or even if your day is a bit tough. Like putting in some exercise can really just shift things up for you and have you like go into focus mode once you are done. Then plan your schedule for the week. Planning your schedule is has really been a game changer for me. So what I try to do is, and this is like the best way, is that on a Friday afternoon, I would plan out my week for the rest, like my following week. So I typically use a spreadsheet. So all my meetings are in my calendar. However, I use a productivity spreadsheet as well. So I map out every single meeting that I have for that week so that I have a holistic view of what I am heading into for that week. That also allows me to know upfront what it is that I need to prepare for those meetings, when are my busy days, when are my more quiet days. And then also, if there are some meetings that I need to cancel or I don't feel that I should be a part of, or maybe I'm not going to have enough information for that meeting and I'll have to schedule it. So, having that holistic view of what's happening for the week can really help you be more productive and help you get the most out of your day because you can either plan things around it or schedule what is not applicable. Then with my to-do tasks, also I plan it out for the week. So every single day I identify what my top three needle movers are for the day. So these are like the things that really makes a difference. And then so I'll put in my top three and then all my other to-dos as well. But the top three, these are the non-negotiables. No matter what, these are the things that you need to get done for the day. And then the other things, if I didn't get to any of the other things, I would move it on to the next day, and then from the next day, I'd select from that list my top three non-negotiables again. But again, you want to put your top three, you want it to be like those needle movers, those tasks that you have to get done no matter what. Then also, if you have like a major to-do list, then block time in your calendar to do those things. So sometimes things get really hectic for me, and because I have a lot of meetings and I still need to get a lot of things done. And often when people see that your calendar is open, they'll just book time to chat with you. So what I do is if I have a specific task, like let's say my task was to complete a summary for an article. Then I would block time in my calendar so that people could see that I'm busy during that time, and that also I'll get a reminder that I have set time aside to do this task. Another thing that I've done during my week is I make sure that at least I have one day where I have like little, like, or zero meetings. So, which is typically on a Wednesday. I only have one, which is usually like a 15 to 30-minute meeting, and then the rest of the day I have free, and that's typically my admin days. There are certain days that I go into the office. I'm not going to tell you because that would just be like weird for you to know my entire schedule. But certain days that I go into the office and I know, okay, on those days, I'm going to be in office. So I don't want to have too many meetings because I want to connect with people as well, if that makes sense. So Wednesdays are my admin days. The next one is for you, which is very important, commit time to spark joy, whether it's by yourself or friends or with your friends and family. So if you can do this like every day, that would be exceptional. So something that I do is that sparks joy for me. Maybe this is completely like boring for you, but I make sure that I like read at least 10 pages a day. So some days you're like, oh, should I really like take out my book and read? I promise you, I don't think anyone has ever read 10 pages of a book and regretted it. So take time out in your day to at least again 10 minutes. So now I have told you to wake up at least like 10 minutes earlier, commit to do something for yourself in the morning for 10 minutes, exercise for at least 5 minutes, that's like 15 minutes, and commit to something that sparks joy for at least another 10 minutes. That's like 25 minutes out of your day that you are committing to spending time with yourself. So if it isn't reading 10 pages, um, add in whatever it is that sparks joy for you. You will know what it is. And then I also make sure that on the weekend that I spend time with myself, whether it is going to the beach for a bit because that brings me joy, whether it's buying myself like a meal that I enjoy. Seriously, I would go buy myself a meal and sit in my car by myself and eat it and just have that moment of alone time. It is like, I don't know if it is sad to you, but it is just those moments that like those joy moments, those moments where in the morning, when I have extra time, I go to Starbucks and I go, give me that matcha. Those little joys in life. What are the little joys that you are incorporating in your day? Is it spending on a cup of coffee? Is it, like in your work day, taking 10 minutes to go and phone like your best friend? What is that thing that is sparking joy that you are doing? 10 minutes to read a book, 10 minutes to go and sit in the sun, 10 minutes to go for a walk. 10 minutes sounds like nothing, but it will change your entire day. And most importantly, you'll feel like for once you did something for yourself. Then to-do lists. So to-do lists really help. Like I said, identifying your top three priorities and then the rest of your to-do list. But I don't know if everyone does this. I was thinking the other day, I really appreciate the manager that introduced me to to-do list because to-do list helps. So on the more busier days, I have to write it down, I have to physically write it down in a notebook. And when I complete a task, I just scratch it off and I get so much pleasure out of it. I even make a to-do list on weekends. Every morning, I make a list of all the things that I want to do. So on a Saturday, for example, I'd say I have to record a podcast episode, I have to edit a podcast episode, I want to watch a movie, I want to go to my family, I want to text a friend, etc. So the reason why I do that is so that I make sure again that I get all of the things done that I want to. Because if I don't do that, I might just like end up watching a movie the entire day or spend most of my time working and forget, oh, I said I was going to phone a friend. So I really love like making a to-do list and making sure that I do and get done all the things that I wanted to. And in this way, it's like I make sure that I'm not wasting my full day and actually do things that I said that I was going to do. Of course, there are days like today was one of them. Today is Saturday that I'm recording this podcast episode. And my entire day was, I called it a mental health day because I took the entire day to just rest. And I said, all I'm going to do today is rest and record a podcast episode. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Maybe I'll edit the episode as well. But I'm not saying that every single day of your life has to be like this crazy productive day. Um, but my tips that I'm sharing with you is really to help you get the most out of your day so that you can also feel like Beyonce. That rhymes unintentionally. And then it brings me to my next one, which is rest. So rest is very important. Last year, especially my year last year was really dedicated to rest. That was the number one thing that I prioritized. Not that not prioritizing it this year, but last year, like I set that as a goal for myself. You want to work in rest as much as you can. You can you can even, like, if you are like me, that you are so busy, you're recording podcast episodes and doing all of the things, you can plan a full weekend to rest. Because then when you are resting on that weekend, you don't feel bad because you know there's nothing else that you can do or you have to do because you already dedicated other weekends to those tasks. Or you can plan a day to rest, like I did today. You can have a mental health day and just do one activity or none even. Rest is important so that you don't get burnt out. The only way that you can be the best you and deliver the best quality of work is if you rest. Even with some of my employees, like when they are off sick, I'd say like, or when they are sick, I'd say like rather go and be off sick. So that when you come back to work, like number one, you are well rested and you're feeling better, but two, also you are delivering your best quality of work. There's no point of you like being at work and you like giving like 50% of yourself. You are not impressing anyone and you probably don't look like really good doing it anyway. So rather take time to rest. And then when you come back, you are like giving 100%. So identify what rest is to you. This was also very important. I actually found a notebook where I had written in Paris in a cafe. I figured out what rest was because I thought that rest was like just like lounging around, and I realized that I do not feel like I'm not, my battery is not increasing. It's not going into the green when I am lounging around and watching Netflix. And I had to journal about this so that I could understand what rest means to me. And rest really means going out with my friends because that energizes me. Being around people that I know like unconditionally love and supports me. That is what energizes me. So identify what energizes you. Could be could be Netflix as well. That is completely okay. But it is important that you know what gives you that, like what makes your battery full again, basically. So that is it. I hope that these tips helped you. Let me know if there is anything different that you incorporate into your week that I can share with our listeners that helps you get the most out of your day and helps you be productive. I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for listening, for watching. Without you, I am not able to do this. And this is something that I love so much. It definitely gives me so much energy. So I just want to say thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave me a comment letting me know how much you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, subscribe on any platform that you can listen to podcasts. Thank you so much, and I will chat to you in the next episode.